pack. So it looks like Mason's the strongest card by far. After Mason, I would like Wheelbarrow Pusher, but I kind of doubt it comes back. Clay Hut Builder I quite like. I think it's really underrated. Clay Worker would be fine. Stuff to get me clay so that I can build my fourth room as a clay room would be best case. I can build 2 wood rooms, but generally it's better for your fencing and stuff if you don't do that. So yeah, taking Mason here. Mason's just an excellent card. A stone room is worth 3 points, and then it also lets you do family growth with room instead of family growth without room for your 5th family member, which means it's a less competed for action space, and then also it combos very well with cards that reward large houses. Holy, okay, who passed this to me? It was Pain. So I got Hut Builder, I've got Animal Breeder. Oh, I think I have to take Hut Builder here. Animal Breeder is really strong, but Hut Builder, the synergy with Mason is just too strong. So this way I only need to pay for 1 room and I can go up to 5, which is really nice. Cards to get on the rebound. I don't know, it's pretty... Tile Maker would be great. Unlikely it comes back around. Actually, I don't even really want Tile Maker that much because it gives points to my opponents. Here, I like Prosecutor quite a bit, but I think the pick's going to be Stone Curator for now. It's going to be most likely a 3-point miner if I get 5 stone rooms, and then 2 stone improvements. It's a 3-point action, which is decent. If I do, for some reason, manage to get to 6 rooms, then Stone Curator gets even better. This pack is quite strong. Undergardener, Hobby Farmer, Dove Hunter. Hobby Farmer looks like the best card here. I mean, Dove Hunter is good. Do I want to pass Dove Hunter to the Animal Breeder? I don't. But Hobby Farmer is going to be way more useful for me than Dove Hunter. I think. Actually, I can't say that for sure. I'm not sure about that. I could take Renovator. Nah, Hobby Farmer is going to be the card here, I'm pretty sure. Hobby Farmer is fantastic. It's really just a fantastic card. Gets you vegetable really early, or earlier than you normally can get it. Gets you 2 vegetables with 1 action, and then also does a sow action so that if you have miners that need a vegetable prereq or anything like that, it's quite a strong card. Shout out to Twitch chat. I see Captain Horf in Twitch chat. Welcome. Please say hello to me, guys. I like to know that you're out there. So yeah, I haven't talked about what's going on with the Agricola for a little bit. So there was an announcement recently that AG3, which is the 10th anniversary collection, has not been confirmed for sure that it's being made. So I think the publisher would like to do it. It sounds like, but they're a little hesitant. I think people are saying don't buy. I think what they're a little annoyed at is that people are saying don't buy the 2016 release, wait for the 2017 10th anniversary edition, or buy the old Z-Man Games version. Yeah. For me, I think the lower... I'm not sure how much cheaper the 2016 version is compared to the Z-Man Games, but I don't know. I've heard of friends that were not really into board games playing the 2016 version, so maybe it's really accessible or something, and it's actually good for getting more people into the game, which is good, but it's just, I mean, for me, the reduced card count is a killer. We're still playtesting the J deck, which is going to be the first expansion to the 2016 version. It's going to, I think, triple the number of cards, minor improvements and occupations in that as an expansion. So, yeah, if you've been playing the 2016 version, keep your eyes out for that. What else is going on? Not too much else. Talking about this game, Payne passed me. What did he pass me? Hut Builder and Animal Breeder. So he's got a pretty good card with his first pick. You know, you always jump to the worst fears, which are Chamberlain and Braggart. I don't know if he has one of those, but he might have something pretty good. Alright, now this is difficult. So Silo Girl doesn't really go with Hut Builder because Hut Builder you cannot renovate to stone until round 12. No, round 11 at the earliest, which means Silo Girl gets you a grain and or a 2 grain and a vegetable, and I already have Hobby Farmer, so I think the overlap there means I don't want to take Silo Girl, although Silo Girl is quite a strong card. Now Clay Hut Builder, the question is, am I going to have a use for all that clay? Because probably the way this game is going to work is I'm going to build a wood room, then I hut build a room, and then I mason a room, which means that I'm not going to necessarily build a clay room. But the other cards are all pretty weak. So I think if Reno comes out in round 5, or for example, if Reno comes out before Family Growth, I should consider doing a clay hut builder room. I can run out a clay and then build a clay room. Yeah, oh yeah. And then I also have the clay to do a hearth or something. I think clay hut builder is just great. 10 clay is awesome. It's great for improvements, which with Stone Curator I do want to get. It means that I don't have to do a lot of actions taking clay. I can take stone instead. Okay. Now I did talk about how I did not want to play Tile Maker because it gives points to my opponents. It rewards them staying on clay houses. Um, hmm. Branch Collector could be worth something. I think Storehouse Minder is a pretty underrated card because you can use it to get a reed and a stone in that the big thing is you can use it to get a second reed in that first harvest to build a room in round 5, which I think is pretty nice. Um, hmm. Yeah, Tile Maker, the clay for Tile Maker would be nice for renovating to clay early. It means they don't have to necessarily get a 4 clay action. Hmm. Branch Collector? Branch Collector is okay. I mean, it'll be worth some amount of wood. I think I'm going to take Storehouse Minder here. The ability for it to give me like a reed, a clay, and a couple stone, I think, or a reed, a wood, and a couple stone is quite nice. And then here I'm going to grow a lot, so I'm not going to take midwife. I know animal breeders out there, so it's unlikely I get estate manager. I think prosecutor is quite a decent card. Being able to save 1 or 2 stone on improvements is nice. Wow. Okay. Well, I've got 2 plows, both of which would be excellent. Plows are excellent with big house strategies and with boundary stones as well, actually. A stone improvement for my stone curator. Something like swing plow, I can maximize my points from boundary stones very easily. Yeah, so with swing plow, I do boom, boom, and then I do 2. So I would need 4 plow actions. And then I do 5 rooms, and then those are pasture, stable. However, I do have hobby farmer. I guess I could hobby farmer like at the top or something. That would be okay. I have herb garden here, which is great for hobby farmer. Stonehouse extension, which is Stonehouse extension is really good for whoever took Silo Girl. It's not necessarily good for me. I mean, the thing about Stonehouse extension is that I can build a room, then Stonehouse extension, and then Mason, and so I could stay on 2 rooms until really late. But I have no other reason to do that. Turn rest plow. Yeah, there are 3 plows in here. Straw thatched hut. So I'm gonna take, but I think I have to take Duck Pond. Duck Pond is one of the strongest miners in the game, because the 3 food and when you can play it most often. I can be pretty confident that I'll get a plow back from here with my second action. If I don't, Herb Garden would be an excellent pick as well. Yeah, getting a plow back though, I think is what I want to hope for. Alright, Madonna statue is pretty good with prosecutor, but I don't think I need to take it now. Ox team, if I had a way of getting that, which I don't really, I think passing ox team to the animal breeder is not a good thing to do. However, there is 5 rings, and 5 rings with stone curator helps me get stone rooms or stone improvements. That's a difficult pick. Yeah, passing the ox team, it's a 3 plow action for the animal breeder, which means the animal breeder is just going to have a really strong game. But I think there are just a lot of strong cards out there, so I think what I need to do is focus on my game and try to make it really strong. 5 rings is a stone improvement for stone curator, so if I can try to get like 3 or 4 points out of that, it'd be quite good, I think. All right, yolk, fruit tree, beehive. Wow. Normally it would be fruit tree or beehive, but because of how many plows I know are out there, yolk is very playable. Stonehouse reconstruction would actually be really good with Mason and also with the 5 rings. It's free and a stone. But fruit tree or beehive, I think I have to take one of those 2, and I think the pick is fruit tree. Beehive is good as well. Depends on which I think I'm going to be able to play earlier. Yeah, I think fruit tree. Whenever I'm going to try to grow to 5 people, feeding is going to be an issue. Duck pond, fruit tree help that a long way. Then I hope for Stonehouse reconstruction to get back. If it doesn't, playing tavern would be okay actually, because stone improvement, I save a stone with 5 rings, and also it gives me 2-point actions to do with all my people. Alright, and then I see mansion, and the pick is clear. Mansion. Gonna go up to 5 rooms for sure. I'm gonna try to use Storehouse Minder to get myself a basically use Storehouse Minder to get the resources for mansion. Yeah. Don't really need to think about that one too much when I see mansion. Alright, 2 of the plows are gone, so I have Herb Garden, Boundary Stones, Turnrest Plow with mansion now. I'm not going to go for Boundary Stones because it'll cost too many actions. So the question is Herb Garden or Turnrest Plow, and I think the answer is Turnrest Plow because it's worth like 4 points to me. Might be worth more than that, might be worth 5 or 6 because I only need to do 1 plow action to get points for plowing. So yeah, Herb Garden is really nice, but I think this draft is just really strong. Normally it's great combination with Hobby Farmer, but yeah, I think this draft is strong enough I can ignore it. Yeah, getting mansion is pretty silly. I feel like I've been getting mansion a lot in these games, in games that I've streamed. It's lucky, very lucky for me to get mansion here. Very lucky. Now, if I could use Prosecutor to play 5 rings for free and then save some stuff on mansion, that would be pretty nice if I could make that happen. The other thing I need to consider is, do I stay at 5 stone rooms? I have Clay Hut Builder. Yeah, probably I do. But if Stonehouse Extension gets passed to me, it's going to be really tempting to play it. 3 stone and a reed for... it'd be 4 points. That's quite good. Quite strong conversion. Maybe 5 with Stone Curator. Might be worth a 5th point. But yeah, in any case, Hut Builder, Mason, Mansion, those are what are going to determine my play. If you look at this just in terms of resources, it's pretty strong. Like Hut Builder is it's 8 resources. Well, 7. And Mason is 7 as well, but it's 7 stone, which is quite valuable. And you can kind of look at it as more than 7 resources, both of them, because you could build a wood room and then reno twice, but then you have to pay an extra wood and the extra clay and stone. So yeah, you could look at it as even more than 7 resources. So if you compare that to Wood Collector gives 5, and it's a strong card on its own. So okay, think about the layout of my farm. If I do 5 rooms and then I do 3 fields, that's only enough room to do Shepherd's Crock once. But Shepherd's Crock does give you a pair of sheep, which is nice. I need to compare that to, say, Flagon. Flagon, which would give me 4 food instantaneously, whereas Shepherd's Crock gives me 4 food, but I need to be able to eat the sheep in order for it to be worth something. Wine Closet with Hobby Farmer and yeah, Wine Closet with Hobby Farmer is actually pretty good. You plow early on with Turnrest Plow, and then Hobby Farmer. I guess you need to use a sow action, which is not great. Hurts kind of the efficiency. Yeah, Flagon, Shepherd's Crock. It's between those two for me. I'll take Flagon. Probably the food it'll provide will be quite nice for me. And then here, stable is decent, or storage shed is decent here. Because I'm going to family growth with room 3 times. So 3 miners to play there. Also, it'll give me a ton of stone, which I can use for my mansion. Or I can take Tavern, which is another stone improvement. So between 5 rings, mansion, and Tavern, I would only need to play 1 major stone improvement, to get an extra point from Stone Curator. Now that is a very high resource requirement. I think I like Storage Shed here. If I can make it work, it would be quite strong. It'll let me do a lot of nice starting player actions late in the game, which I think is quite good. So yeah, Prosecutor most likely being left unplayed, but I'll play 5 rings hopefully early on in the game. I'll play Storage Shed as well. Actually, Storage Shed can get me the stone I need for 5 rings, which is nice. Yeah, this could be an absolutely crazy game. But I've seen the cards that are out there, and I know that my opponents might be having crazy games as well. So we'll see. 3 wood round 1 is absolutely fine for me. I could even use 5 rings for wood, because it'll save me a wood on mansion, a wood on turn rest plow. That's pretty weak. Well, it's weak unless I get well or joinery or both. If I get them, then it would be okay. But I think it's unlikely I go for well because of the timing on Mason. Getting well would push that back too much. House Goat for Chris. Strong card. I can do 2 wood here, or I can do day labor. I think I do day labor because often there are 6 good actions in round 2. 2 occupations, 3 wood, reedstone food. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1 reed got taken. Okay, maybe not taking 4 wood was a bad idea then. I'm not sure. Chris played House Goat. Thing is, I can't play Storehouse Minder yet, so I don't really want to play that. But I can play Hut Builder here. Yeah, there's no problem with me playing Hut Builder, so I'll do that. Three wood again would be all right. Yeah. Wheelbarrow Pusher doesn't really go with the Animal Breeder, I don't think. Maybe it does. I don't know. Ooh, Agrarian. This card is really interesting because it seems like most of the time it would not work at all. And it seems like it doesn't work because people do the plow food to block you and also to plow themselves. But I've seen 1 or 2 games where the Agrarian worked amazingly, like 3 or 4 plows early on, which is also very interesting. Especially if I think Kristen took Boundary Stones. That would explain wanting to do a lot of plowing. Oh, Payne's got Clay Roof. Clay Roof plus Clay Worker is very strong. Stuff for me to do here. 2 clay. Two clay means that if sheep comes here and Payne wants to guarantee himself those sheep, he needs to first action fireplace or cooking hearth, in which case I get, whatever else he leaves. So Pain takes wood. So I do reedstone food. And now I'm able to play Storehouse Minder with my second action. The Storehouse Minder can give me my second reed. Yeah. So yeah, occupation might get back to me. If it does, I'll do that. Otherwise, I'll plow a field and take a food. Because yeah, I would rather do a field and a food than fishing or traveling players. So. Oh, Undergardener Schnapps Distiller is out there, so that's nice. Good 7 food action really early. That's available really early. Alright, here I play Storehouse Minder. And I subtract 1 of each of these things. This is a good start. Yeah, pretty good start for me. So things I want to do next round. 4 clay. 4 clay and then clay worker maybe. Or 4 clay and yeah, I think Chris will probably plow here. That would be my guess. He might undergarden. But I would think plow. Plow and a food is pretty nice. What's he doing? Oh, he's doing day labor. Alright. If 2 reeds available, I probably need to take 2 reed. Because it's going to be very difficult this game to get enough reed otherwise. Although reedstone food is available. Yeah, I guess I do reedstone food. Because just as long as I increment reed on here, then I have enough reed to reno and build 1 room. So I can second action take clay or take... Yeah, if I take wood, I don't have enough to do a stable. If I build a wood room, I don't have enough to build a stable for storage shed. But if I do... Also, do I have a occupation I could play instead? I could do clay hut builder. Okay, he took Pain Played Village Fool, so I'm not going to do that. So I could take 2 reed or I could take 4 clay. I think what I'll do is I'll do 4 clay. Now, if I have 4 clay, that puts me at 5. I reno, cost me 2 clay. And then I clay hut build so that the round after I reno, I have 5 clay, which is enough to build a room. Okay, I think this works. So I increment reed and stone. And feed 4. The other thing is I can also take stone now and build the well, which wouldn't be too bad, because the well is an excellent card. So Kristen took 4 clay. Okay. Oh, Kristen has wheelbarrow pusher. Did she pass animal breeder for wheelbarrow pusher? Was that in the same pile? No, wheelbarrow pusher was in my pile, not in the second pile. Okay. I'm sure she has that, yeah. There's the Schnapps Distiller, no surprise, by Chris. Just to remind you guys, if you're ever not sure about a card I'm talking about, way you can figure out, go to Play-agricola.com, click on this button, create and discuss new cards, and then you go all cards and search. So you can search Schnapps Distillery, Schnapps Distiller, right there. So then you can look at exactly what they do. So if you ever need to do that, just pause the video, especially when we're talking about new cards that haven't been published yet. Alright, this is sick. Reno is exactly what I was hoping for. So I play Clay Hut Builder here. And then I will Reno and play... I could play the well, actually. If I do, it's like really greedy. It's really greedy. Yeah, I think probably Duck Pond, because it gives me another 2 food, which makes feeding in this harvest way easier. Yeah. Alright, let's try that. Give it a go. It does mean Duck Pond is 1 fewer thing that I can get a resource from storage shed, but even then I can still get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is pretty strong. The well. Thing is, the well gives me that 2 food as well. If I get the well, it's really greedy. Really greedy, because it's going to be difficult for me to get enough resources to pay for everything and play mansion. However, I do have Storehouse Minder, which is really, really good for the mansion, I think. But it means that I can't keep accumulating stone on there, which I kind of want to do. Alright, I think the well is strong enough. It calls to me. This is the other reason I think Storehouse Minder is really strong. Lets you turn, get a really early stone. I should put my clay out as well. Yeah, that was really greedy of me, but what the hell, we'll try it. I have storage shed to get me a bunch of stone, so it might work. And then this way the well is played so that I can use flagging at any time if I need to for emergency feeding. So I only need 1 more food if I don't grow before the next harvest, and it's pretty unlikely that I do, with Kristen, Chris, and Payne all able to build. We'll see. If family growth comes here, I'll build a room. Yeah, I'll build a room, because then I can play my storage shed as well. Or get the storage shed going. Yeah. Yeah, I want to be doing starting player a decent amount. So question in chat, how do I find people to play with? Are we a group? Nope. I just came onto the site and I saw that Kristen was advertising, like in all chat. She was posting, "I want to play a game. Come play with me." And so I came to this room, and Payne and Chris and her were waiting, and so I just joined the game. Um, Usually, when people advertise a game, like they'll say EIK4 or whatever, and so that tells you it's a public game that anyone can join. Some people do have like minimum number of game requirements and stuff like that, so it's not completely open, but it is somewhat. Interesting, Kristen here. What did she just do? She took Clay again instead of starting player. I wonder if she has a backdoor. Well, this is really good for me. Um, because just as long as Payne does starting player, I get round 8 family growth. So that's really nice. Really nice for me. I can starting player storage shed, and then family growth well, or family growth fruit tree, and then I can do another starting player duck pond in one of these rounds, and then family growth turn rest plow or flagon or something. Probably family growth flagon in round 11. I'll need the food for it. So yeah, I build a room here. I take 2 reed from the storage, from the thing, from the minder. And I'll do the stable up here. And then I would have preferred to take this 4 reed here and then built a room, but I think then if Chris builds a room ahead of me, then Kristen can jump me in the family growth queue. So this action here, first action build room, guarantees me the round 8 family growth. Kristen playing boatswain, so second action will be fishing. So I want to think about what I want to do. How much food do I need? I'm going to get 1 more. So I need 1 total food. So that's easy enough. I can do reedstone food, for example, and that'll get it for me. Yeah, reedstone food. And then here I'm going to play fruit tree, so I'll have 3 food in this round, and I'll need 6. So I will be 3 short. So I might need to do... hopefully I get to play an improvement or something at that point. I would really like to get pottery. I guess with my clay hut builder plus clay unclaimed on the storehouse minder, I would like pottery. Yeah, I'm gonna be a douche here. Block the boatswain. But she's gotten 3 plows out of her agrarian, so that's pretty good. So my first action next round is starting player storage shed, and then round 8 family growth fruit tree. So what do I do with my second action round 7? Probably it'll depend on what's available. Reedstone food maybe, 2 stone maybe. Wood, if there's a 4 wood action, I'll do that. So I'm going to starting player in round 7. I'm going to starting player in round 10 to guarantee my round 11 family growth. Probably do a starting player in round 12 or round 13 or both. Sometimes you get both. Sometimes you do starting player round 12 and then round 13 is family growth, plow sow, take wood or reno, and then take 2 cattle or something, and then I can starting player with the second action. I have 3 more family growths to do, and I have 2 starting players that I'm going to do for sure. Probably 3. And then 3 family growths, so that leaves 1 extra minor to play. One thing I do really like to do is leave mansion for the last action of the game. So leave mansion, leave my mason family growth until round 14, and then you family growth mansion, and that makes it, the reason you do that is because it makes the minor space unblockable, because sometimes all the improvement spaces get taken in round 14, and then if that happens and your mason gets mansion gets blocked, it often can cost you the game, and that way I can spend the round taking resources for the mansion rather than needing to be able to play mansion as soon as the improvement spaces start getting taken. Something's going on with Chris here. Chris is having some issues. So I'll be interested to see where Kristen puts his next field. It kind of hurts passing 6 wood, but getting jumped in the family growth queue hurts quite a bit more. So second action, 5 reed would be fine. Oh, 5 reed's gone. 5 reed over 6 wood, that's interesting. I guess Kristen might want to reno Basket Maker's Workshop second action. Also, she didn't do the plow for the maximum number of boundary stones points, so that's interesting. Payne got ox load. Damn, I'm really surprised. Who took Animal Breeder? Did Kristen take Animal Breeder? And is just not playing towards it? Looks more like Chris has Animal. I don't know. I can't tell. I was gonna hate draft Ox Team just to block it from the Animal Breeder because it's such a strong combination. Turns out I did not need to. I could play an occupation here, but there's nothing I really want to play. I'll just do 4 wood. 4 wood is fine. And I increment wood and clay. And I feed 4. Kristen playing the boatswain. Yeah, getting the grain is nice. Gives you something to reno with, or to bake with, of course. Chris builds a room. So I family growth. And this start has been really fantastic for me. I play fruit tree. I get a stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna need one more food before the next harvest. Probably from a Reedstone food action. Although if 5 food traveling players comes around, I'll probably take that. Because that'll go a long way for the long term. It'll be very helpful. Reedstone food would then let me do pottery. Pottery's nice. Oh, there's backdoor. Okay, so that's why Kristen was not competing with Payne for the first family growth. Backdoor is okay. But here, she still needs to use the action. All backdoor does is give her her family member 1 round earlier, and but then for the cost of that, it also lets family growth be easier for everyone else. So, I don't know. I guess with straw thatched roof, if she's gonna build, or straw thatched hut, if she's gonna build a bunch more rooms, then she wants family growth to be easy. But yeah, I'm not crazy about backdoor. Just think that a lot of the times there's stuff that's just generally better. Like something that gives you a point in food, for example. But that being said, Fruit Tree and Duck Pond are really, really strong cards. Some of the strongest cards in this collection. Did Chris play backdoor as well? That's awesome. Okay, that's really funny. So, since everyone's growing, that means everyone's going to be hungry. So it means I do 5 food traveling players so that I am not hungry at all. Payne got pottery. That's too bad. I would like pottery with my clay hut builder, but that's alright. Alright, I have 4 clay. I'm going to have 8 total, and I can get more clay from here. Mansion cost me 3, flagging cost me 1, so I can afford to build a cooking hearth, or I could go for one of the ovens. Never mind, he played backdoor on Renault. So yeah, this is pretty crazy. In a round 7 family growth game, everyone's at 3 people in round 8. That's funny. It's very rare for that to happen. Now, if Payne, I guess he does have 3 food with his pottery, so his feeding's not that difficult. And there's the boar there too. Yeah, I would need to take the sheep and have someone take the boar as well. So yeah, I'm just thinking out loud about starving Payne if possible. Hmm. So Kristen, obviously wanting to do stone oven there, assuming that Chris does not block her. I think probably not. Chris might have a stonehouse extension. Might not. I have no. I guess I really have no idea what he has. I shouldn't speculate too much because I don't have that information. Simple as that. I wouldn't mind. Oh, Chris has farm steward. Okay, yeah. Wow, there's a lot of really strong cards in this game. Hmm. What do I do here? Do I starting player? Do I plow a field? So the reason I would starting player is for 5 rings, so that I could play turn rest plow earlier, so that I could get that Reno out, or that play going. I think though for now I just keep taking wood. Yeah, the thing is, starting player here to then starting player in round 10 is really not good play, and I bug other people when they do that, so I should not do it myself. Um, I can keep accumulating wood. I could play occupations whenever the opportunity arises. I have 2 more actions. I could play cooking hearth, but I think I would rather do that when I reno. I would rather do a reno cooking hearth action. Um, I can plow. Yeah, I think other than plowing, there's not much else that I want to do. I'm gonna need a 3 read action. I could plow and then play hobby farmer. I have the food to be able to afford hobby farmer. Okay, I might do that, yeah. So I need to get, I want to get 3 read next round, because then I have enough to reno and play mansion. I have all the read I need for the rest of the game. I have all the clay I'll need for the rest of the game. I'm gonna keep taking stone with my with my storage shed. So I have at least 4 more stone left to collect. I'm going to need 4 to reno, and then I'm going to need another 3. So if I play 4 more miners, which is easy to do, I only need 2 more stone total. So that's a 1 2 stone action. Okay. For wood, I need a bunch more wood. I have 10 available to me. I think I'll use 5 rings to save another. It'll save me 2. 5 rings for wood will be a little bit better than 5 rings for stone. Although I would get 1 extra point if I did like clay oven. If I could play clay oven instead of cooking hearth, it would be pretty good. Get me an extra point from my curator. Because right now I'm going to be a half point off with my room, and I'm going to be a half point off with my improvements. But that's not such a big deal because I think I'm going to blow all these other players out of the water. A 5-room stone house with well and mansion, and then a decent farm otherwise, which looks like I'm going to have, is pretty strong. So yeah, I'll play hobby farmer. If I play hobby farmer here, my plow sow that I use with turn rest plow is just gonna be like crazy good, really crazy good. Chris is having some issues again. So I'm whispering that. Just means that whenever you whisper something, it's not visible to any of the players in the game because I don't really want to advertise that I'm streaming to the other people. Not that it's a big deal, but what did Chris play swing plow on? Oh, he did farm steward, of course, of course. I'll play hobby farmer. So I'll first action starting player. Although I do have backdoor, and with backdoor I can starting player round 11. I don't really want to pass backdoor again to Kristen though, because it'll let Kristen grow twice in a row. Oh, backdoor's not even mine, is it? Backdoor is Payne's. Does this mean he's going to build a room? No, he's taking wood. Play duck pond because I want to get that food for the next thing, and I get a stone. Next action's gonna be 3 reed. Yeah, take 3 reed with my next action, and then maybe my third action will be take a grain or take 3 wood. One of those. I'm gonna be 1 food short next harvest. Because if I family growth next round, so that means I should play flagon. So that's fine. I can do that. Means that my 5 ranks gets pushed back a little bit more, which means my turn rest plow gets pushed back a little more. But I think I'm okay with that. All I need to do is get 1 plow sow action. That's all I need. I don't need anything more than that. The rest of my actions can be taking animals, which will also be 2 points. And of course taking resources, which will be worth some stuff as well. Chris doing some fencing. So it looks like Animal Breeder's just not going to get played, which is hilarious because it's a fantastic card. Makes me really happy that I didn't draft it just to block someone, because it's sitting out there still. So I get 3 reed. Now all my reed is set for the rest of the game. So I just need stone and wood are the only resources that I need to acquire, or building resources that I need to acquire. The rest is all other stuff. So 3 wood if it comes around, otherwise take a grain. And if both of those are blocked, Mason, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing else that I want. There's no 2 stone action, or else I would do it. Because yeah, if I play 3 more improvements, maybe I don't play 5 rings. Maybe I play flagon, mansion, turn rest, plow. So that gets me to 5 stone. So yeah, I need 7 more stone for the rest of the game. Yeah. Three wood's available, so I'll take 3 wood. Just to remind you guys of the rest of the cards that I have. Mason, Stone Curator, I'll play both of those. Mansion, I'll play. Flagon, I'll probably play with Family Growth, and then Turn Rest Plow, I'm going to play for sure. So it looks like 5 rings might go unplayed, and Prosecutor might go unplayed. So Payne must not have Chamberlain, because he would have played it there instead of Market Woman. So that's good to know. So I get a room from my my hut builder, and I play. I'll play Flagon here. So I get a stone and 4 food. So for the rest of this round, I can play Mason. I can I fence now? Do I have enough? If I fence 10, I'm gonna need 16 total between mansion and turn rest. 4, 5, the most I can get, and that's if I save it to here, which doesn't really work. Yeah, so I'm gonna need one more wood action. So I can fence 12 probably if I get 3 wood with my next move. So yeah, I want to save my starting player for round 12 so that I'm guaranteed to have plow sow. So here I'll get 3 wood. My feeding in the next harvest will be a little difficult. The way I get around that is by getting a cooking hearth. So I reno cooking hearth next round. And I also fence. And I have tons of actions. I'm gonna have a really strong game. Getting to family growth in round 8 was really nice. The only thing that's a little weak is my feeding, but when I get a cooking hearth, that solves that. Chris starting player here, I'm sure. Yep. Means my first move in round 12 will be starting player, probably starting player turn rest plow. Unless I think I'm going to Mason and then grow again. But Kristen still has one more grow, so that means I don't grow until round 13. And if it's going to come in 13, I'll just delay until 14 and mansion with my last move of the game, I think. I like doing that. Take grain here. Oh, I could take cattle. Makes it more likely that I get cattle later. I'll just do the grain. Whatever. So yeah, this game's going pretty well for me. I'm gonna fence 12. I'm gonna have 4 plowed fields, and I'm gonna have some crop points, and I'm gonna have not animal points per se, but I'm gonna have not negative animal points for the most part, I think. And then I have good improvement points and really good bonus points. So yeah, it'll be a very, very strong game for me. Kristen played Basket Maker's Workshop. These guys all saw Mansion, so it won't really be a surprise, but it should be a bit of a surprise. So let's see, Payne might starting player here actually ahead of me. And if he does, what do? I take 3 stone if he's starting players. He does not. So I'll starting player. I'll play turn rest plow. which cost me 3 wood. I forgot to increment those, so I do them now. Oh, and I get a stone. So now I'm able to get a cooking hearth. I can also take all this wood. I can only fence 11. I can't fence 12. I'm 1 short. So that's too bad. Unless I do another wood action, which I could, theoretically. If I could plan on doing like a 2 wood action, would give myself 2 extra points in the short term. And then just so long as the action doesn't cost me anything, it would be fine. We'll see. If I delay my fencing until round 14, then it works. But I don't think I want to do that. I want to start taking animals now. Do I reno? Do I fence? I could take grain. Taking grain would be 2 points. 2 points, but it would cost me some food, which I might want to eat later on. I could play Mason here. Kind of no reason not to. Except for fencing. Yeah, I'll just get my fencing out of the way. So I'll take 4 wood here. Oh. What's going on? Oh, it's because I want to take it. And then I'll fence 13. Yeah, so now if I get 3 stone with this next action, I should have taken that 3 stone first. Oh, I'm still okay, I think, because I can. It does mean I need a 3 wood action or a 3 stone action, and I don't want to have to do either of those. Let's ask if I can fence 12 instead, because that is better. There's the ground pickaxe plow for pain. Here, I could take that 2 wood now. Or I play Mason. No, let's play Mason. I guess I could have played Stone Curator, because then I get a food when I do a 2 stone action. This is okay, I think. I think this is fine. So my next action can be 2 wood, or it can be Reno cooking hearth. I think to guarantee myself the cooking hearth, it will be Reno cooking hearth. Is Kristen taking 1 stone here? That would be pretty bad for me. But that's why I save my mansion until the last action of round 14 so that I can get a 2 stone action in round 14. So yeah, I should have taken 3 stone ahead of fencing. That was kind of poor play by me. I even called it out that I was going to do 3 stone if starting player was occupied. Oh well. I don't think I'm likely to lose to Kristen, so I don't think it'll concern me too much. I should have recognized that Kristen's on 6 rooms. Of course, she needs to hoard stone a little to get, because if she renos the stone, it's nice for her, of course. Not as nice as it is for me with my mansion, but still nice. I'll Mason build now just to get it out of the way. So I have 4 actions here. First one will be plow sow. Second will be getting food. Third one will be taking wood. Fourth will be taking more food, taking animals, something like that. Did Payne take Market Woman over Hut Builder? If he did, I think that's a huge blunder. Hut Builder is one of the strongest cards in the game. But who knows? Oh, he actually had Wooden Strongbox. Guess I don't need to worry about taking food because I could eat a vegetable if I need to. I guess starting player 5 rings is as good as... Is it? I take a stone, but I have to pay it. So I think 5 rings only gets me 1 stone net. Yeah, so I do need to do a 2 stone action. Yeah, Payne should have played Yoke instead of throwing it away, for sure. Starting player Yoke for him would be just a really good action. Swing plow, ground pickaxe plow, turn rest plow. Boom. I'm surprised he threw away Yoke. He should know better. Animal breeder, hilarious. Hilarious how late it's coming out. Kristen decided that Boatswain Straw Thatched Hut was better than Animal Breeder play. Maybe? I don't know. Hard to say. Starting player for Chris. So I grab 2 sheep if it comes to me. Not read 2 sheep. It's only 1 food fewer than traveling players, so And if I let it breed, it's worth points or points and more food. Something like that. So I need to take wood still. I need to take stone. I need to play stone curator. So stone curator will probably come out in round 14. Other than that, I can start taking stuff, taking animals or whatever. And hey, I will need to collect this clay actually, because I am one clay short for my mansion. So everything on my storehouse miner will have given me something. So what did it give me? It gave me a reed, a stone, and 3 wood. Reed, stone, 3 wood. Yeah, that's quite good. If you had a occupation that just said take three wood, a reed, and a stone, it would be quite strong. Or if play it on the next 5 spaces or something in any order. Yeah, would be pretty good. Be drafted very highly, I think. Okay, there are 3 wood actions. I don't need to rush my wood action. I could take animals here. I think, though, just for safety, I take 5 food. Kristen gonna build more rooms? Even if she does, she can't family growth again, so it doesn't matter. So my last action will be to take wood, and the next round I'll get 2 stone. So last round, play stone curator, take 2 stone, family growth mansion, 1 other action, take 2 cattle or 2 boar, something like that. And then hopefully I don't have to eat too many points in the final harvest. I'm gonna be left with 1 wood too many, so I should have done fence 13, but this was a slightly safer play, so you know, it works. I might need to first action take 2 stone, because Pain looks like Pain wouldn't mind 1 more stone. Although joinery might be just as good for him as Reno. Yeah. No, Pain's good enough to know that Kristen and Chris will Reno have. But Chris does have the Stonehouse reconstruction, which means the Reno space might be available to him. I can't afford to get my mansion blocked. I might lose if I don't play mansion. I think there's no way that I lose if I play mansion. How much is this village fool worth? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's not actually worth 9 points, so it's worth 6 points, which is good, but I mean, he's on a 3-room house. He's might not get to 5 people, so actually he will, because the family growth even without room is unblockable, because Chris and Kristen are both at 5, and I will get to 5 with family growth with room. Gonna play super safe, take 2 stone here. Since it's the only way that my mansion can be denied, may as well do it, because I think there's no way I lose if I play mansion. So now I play the, is there any way Kristen plays an occupation? So Chris might have an occupation. I did not see farm steward. Other than that, there's estate manager. However, it's more likely that Payne has a state manager, but I know he doesn't because he's thrown away his other 4 occupations. So there's no way Payne can block the occupation spot. Kristen, the only occupation I did not pass her was boatswain. So did I see any other late game occupations? Um, no, I don't think so. I think the only thing she might have is yeah, state manager is the only card I can think of that you would want to play this late in the game. So that means I can pretty safely take 2 boar and know that one of the occupation spots is coming back to me. So yeah, last 2 actions. Stone Curator and then Family Growth Mansion. And it's GG. So Payne played Joinery, um, recognizing that if he took the stone, his Reno was blockable. So he just ended up playing Joinery, which is maybe what he thought I was gonna do. But he should remember Mansion. I did take Mansion 4th, so it came as the last thing. And there's Chris playing Reno Clay Oven. Not too surprising. I like what Kristen's done. The only thing that kind of stinks for her is that she's not going to be able to buy boar and then hold sheep as well. But she can buy 2 cattle, so that works perfectly fine. Now, if she needed the food, then having just eating the sheep for food would be fine. But she doesn't need it because she's at 10 already. So yeah, that's cool. I like what Kristen's done. I guess she can eat 1 sheep and 1 grain, and that's enough to buy 2 cattle. So she has 1 sheep and 2 cattle and 6 cattle at the end of the game. Or she can eat one of the cattle, get boar, eat 1 sheep. Yeah, so having 2 cattle and 3 boar is like the same number of points as 6 cattle. Actually, no, getting the boar is better. It's not the same. Ignore me. Chris playing Madonna statue. Quite nice with cards like the plows, so he can return buried treasure swing plow for 2 points, which is nice. Alright, let's go, guys. Let's finish this up. Yeah, Chris, they've been fine actually. 30 seconds average is totally fine. This has been a relatively quick game, I guess. So yeah, I play Stone Curator here. I haven't seen any surprises from Payne or Kristen or Chris, so Swan Lake, yeah, wow. All the good so many good minor improvements. What did Payne throw away? He threw away Wooden Strongbox, he threw away Turnip Field. Ox Team, Yoke, Turnip Field, Wooden Strongbox, all those would be good. House Goat was in, Duck Pond was in, Swan Lake, Beehive, Fruit Tree, all fantastic. All the plows that we got are pretty strong. And there we go. There's the dagger, I think, for all of them. So then I need to feed 9. So I can eat 2 sheep, 3 food, and 2 clay. Or 2G, sorry, not 2 clay. Wish I could eat clay, that would be nice. So, Mansion's worth 10 points. Stone Curator is worth 3. So I have my total plus 13. So 58. So it looks like I probably do need Mansion to win. I can't win without Mansion. But if it was some other card that gave me points, it would be fine. So Pain ends with 48. So yeah, I tie Pain for the win without Mansion and just with the Stone Curator bonus. So that's pretty good. Chris has 49, so I'm only 1 point off of Chris. Yeah, so it's I win by quite a bit. Actually, let's see what Kristen gets. 6 points here, 42, 1, 2, 3, 4, 46, plus some bonuses. So actually, Kristen probably scores. Yeah. Okay, so I definitely need the Mansion to beat Kristen. Yeah, I need the Mansion to beat Kristen. So cool. So yeah, she ended up having quite a strong game, but not strong enough to beat me. I'm lucky that our positions weren't reversed because she would have drafted differently than Payne, of course. Um, but then again, if the draft's different, then everything's different. So 53, 49, 48, 58. GG. So I win by 5 points, which is pretty good. I could have one more point if I use that wood. And then one more action is I'd like to take a cows, another 2 points. So not likely that I can hit 60 easily. I did play really conservatively. I played fairly conservatively, I would say. Hut Builder plus Mason is just ridiculous. Too strong. Too strong. GG. Yeah, so that's it for me. I don't think I'll play another. I could take a quick look at my draft, I suppose. Mm, 282, 888. Alright, Mason, obvious pick. Hut Builder, obvious pick. Stone Curator, obvious pick. Hobby Farmer. Yeah, pretty easy to take that. Clay Hut Builder, no, I took Clay Hut Builder over Silo Girl. It's the second best card, and Silo Girl would have been only one grain and one vegetable for me when I already had Hobby Farmer. So yeah, Clay Hut Builder, easy pick. Storehouse Minder. So I took Storehouse Minder over Tile Maker. I think Storehouse Minder is quite underrated. Ended up being really good. Mansion plus well plus all that stuff. Partially funded by the Storehouse Minder. Mostly, I guess, by the other thing. And then I took Prosecutor here. The rest of these cards are all pretty bad. So Tile Maker went unplayed. I guess I forgot about Tile Maker. That's another card that gives bonus points at the end of the game. Payne would have been the most likely person to play it because he stayed on a clay house and he would have had use for the clay if he had gotten it. But you don't get clay for playing it in round 14. Alright, looking at the miners, Duck Pond, yeah, strongest by quite a bit. I took 5 rings here over Donkey. I plowed twice, but I didn't fence early. So usually when you play Donkey, you want to fence early. Yeah, I took 5 rings, which went unplayed. I don't know. I'm happy with that. Ox Team has a timing which you don't want to give yourself difficult timing. Same with Donkey when you're going to play a large number of rooms. Fruit Tree over Beehive. Wow, Beehive is 0.6 power ahead and only 0.2 drafted behind it. Interesting. When would I have been able to play Beehive? What was my minor order? I did a stable return. So what? Storage shed, and then I did fruit tree. Those were my first two minors, I think, that I played. So yeah, beehive I would not have been able to play instead of fruit tree. So I guess that's probably why it's drafted higher, because it's a bit, you can play it a bit earlier. And here I took mansion, obvious pick. Turn rest plow over trade pond is a higher power, but turn rest plow is drafted fairly bit more significantly lower than drain pond at least. So boundary stone's 3.2 power. Yeah, I really thought with boatswain, if I was Kristen, although I would never play the agriculture person, agriculture plower, agrarian. Yeah, but Boundary Stone's agrarian seems interesting. Yeah, and then I took flag in here. Shepherd's Crook is a bit higher in power, and they're very close in draft, so Shepherd's Crook is a slightly better card. But yeah, I already explained with flag in, when you're going 5 people, you want a ton of food. You want to be able to get food while you family growth, which is part of why Fruit Tree and Duck Pond are so good, because while you're in the family growth queue, you're getting food as well. You're not having to pick one or the other. And then Storage Shed. Storage Shed was an absolute monster for me, getting me 4 or 5 stone. Really, really good for me. Okay, that's all there is for me. Thank you very much for watching. I'll try to do another video sooner than the gap between this and my last one. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.